Like, comment, and subscribe, robot. I am a like, comment, subscribe. Hey friends, welcome back to Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. Rachel, we were talking a little bit about UFC, UFC 229. Listen, I want to talk about specifically what the hell happened at the end of the fight, where Khabib submitted McGregor. Great win. That was a really good fight. But then he climbs the ring, jumps out of the octagon, and attacks McGregor's team. I hadn't seen something that crazy and ludicrous in a sport maybe since Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ears off in the second fight. That was a long time ago, and that was a huge thing that happened. So I wanted to get your impression of that, because when it happened, I was like, oh, this is awful. This shouldn't happen. And it's true. It's awful. It shouldn't happen. Khabib should be and probably will be at least given a token suspension by the Nevada Athletic Commission. I say token because Nevada also knows that hey, a rematch will be millions of dollars for us. So whatever, that's fine. That's what they do. And yeah, definitely if you're teaching yourself or somebody else, this is how you live life. No, Khabib. Bad, Khabib. Wrong. But at the same time, I was like, gosh, this is going to draw so much attention to the sport. And wow, how much money are these guys going to make in the rematch? Because you know a rematch is going to happen. What did you think about it?
Well, first, my initial thoughts is that I didn't understand how it happened, because he climbed out of the ring. Like, that took time, and I don't understand the security at the event, how it was lax enough that he was able to attack somebody from that distance, and the amount of time it took to jump the fence, is that what it's called? I don't know. Gauge, whatever. And then, while he's out there, and somebody on his team jumps in the fence and attacks McGregor. Why is McGregor standing all alone with nobody around him? So I don't understand the staffing
you protect McGregor
and security of the event to even have allowed it to happen. Because maybe you like lit the inkling that it might happen, and that drives talk and viewership or what have you.
Yeah.
But actually let it happen was just crazy to me. And didn't they, before it happened, didn't I hear the announcers say something like, is Khabib going to climb the fence? Like, that's what or they didn't say fence, whatever they say. Climb over?
I don't know.
I thought I heard them say that. So then I'm like, this was expected?
I don't know.
So maybe I heard that wrong, but I thought I heard them say that there need to be a concern about that, and then it did indeed happen.
Yeah.
So I just was, I guess, a little unimpressed by the staffing and security for UFC. I also, obviously, it's not like a good mark of character on Khabib. You won the fight.
You already did your thing.
That was a thing. Let that speak for what it is.
Yeah, that's what.
Why are you attacking
mostly
anybody?
I want for Khabib. You did the thing. You listened to McGregor talk a bunch of noise to you and do all this stuff that he shouldn't have done, and you handled it the right way in the ring.
Yeah.
And then immediately after you walked through the fire and did this awesome thing, you ruined it.
Yeah. So my other thoughts from it was a day or two later, seeing online some of the friends that I have that do watch UFC and keep up with it, they thought it was reasonable that McGregor got what he deserved.
Yeah.
Because they were referring, and I didn't watch the lead up to this fight or anything, they were referring to some kind of bus incident that McGregor, and all I'm familiar with is what McGregor did before he fought Floyd Mayweather, which was just a lot of talk. Did he actually do a physical thing?
Yeah, he attacked. Yeah. I just address this directly. That's dumb. You're dumb. What McGregor did was wrong. And if you remember, McGregor went to jail for what he did, right? So.
Oh, he went to. Oh, that's what they're referring to? Is that incident?
Yeah, and I guess if you're talking about trash talk, it's still dumb. You don't do what Khabib did based on trash talk.
Well, that's the normal thing.
You also have to recognize
some fighters choose to do before a fight. You don't have to trash
and McGregor
talk,
in part does that
because
it helps build the fight. You might not agree with that, but that's not your decision to make. Muhammad Ali said some things about Joe Frazier that Joe Frazier never forgave him for. But Muhammad Ali, in his mind, he wasn't really saying that to Joe Frazier. What he was doing, what he thought was was promoting the fight. Regardless, Joe Frazier didn't jump out of the ring to attack whoever.
Right.
Or when Evander Holyfield had his ears bitten off, right? He didn't. He said, "Put my mouthpiece back in. I'm gonna whoop this guy." Then he got bit again. Still didn't attack anybody. So I think that we should expect right behavior and right choices from people, even when they're treated poorly. And so my heart goes out to Khabib. Like, yeah, man, you were treated poorly. He said things about your religion, your nationality, blah, blah, blah. As a fighter, though, at this stage in your career, you should just accept that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? You can't make the decision that you made that put your, and you know, and like your team, some of your team jumped in the octagon. First of all, you got to have pretty big stones on you to climb the fence to jump in there and try to punch Conor McGregor. That being said, that guy should never be allowed, or at least for a significant amount of time, anywhere near an octagon again. You can't do that. You cannot do that. It's criminal behavior. It's wrong, and it soils what would otherwise be a celebration of all things Khabib. If Khabib had just accepted what he just accomplished, which was great, defeating perhaps the greatest, at least the biggest UFC star ever, in the biggest fight according to the promotional, and we'll see what the pay-per-view numbers do, but one of the biggest fights ever, this would be all things Khabib. And instead we're talking about the poor choices he made. And I understand that it's a hard choice to make. So if somebody talks too much noise, like if somebody talks too much noise to me, like I'm gonna fight him too. But I shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't mean that I should. So
it also sets a dangerous precedent for future fighters to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because if nothing happens in this situation, or if it's a slap on the wrist, well then yeah, other people will be like, well, I can build my fight or my rematch this way too.
Yeah.
And then that sets a dangerous precedent. And you also don't know who else you're going to hurt. So we had two fights that happened, right? Like Khabib attacked one of his people, then one of Khabib's people attacked McGregor. You don't know what you're inciting in a crowd that's already worked up at an event.
There are already fights out there.
That's maybe primarily male with a lot of testosterone. I'm just saying that you're setting a dangerous precedent. Also, what would have happened if the guy in your corner who attacked McGregor, what if McGregor would have turned around and knocked his head off, literally injured him? And then that would have been maybe Khabib's fault for not fault. Everybody's responsible for their own decisions. I'm just saying that you can take some responsibility for what you put out there in the world and maybe what it encourages other people to do.
I won't pretend to make any here's what you should do for the next fight. Each of you guys, I don't know. Just try to win the fight with your skills. But on a different level for Khabib, walk through your suspension / whatever thing that you have to take responsibly and show some character. Show people that I admit I made this mistake, I'm going to suffer the consequences. Then walk with dignity into the McGregor rematch and do the same thing, win the fight, and don't soil it this time. And I think that what you and your team will find is worldwide love and acceptance, and more importantly, you'll be adhering to just fundamental truths of life. Mm-hmm. And for your own self, your own benefit, that's going to be a great thing. And you'll be a great example to other people, especially people that have made poor decisions in the past, because you just did. And they're like, man, this guy, he was like me. He tried to climb that ring, and then the second time, he didn't do that. And I think that's really an opportunity for Khabib. And there's a lot of people out there that need examples of great people doing stuff like that.
Well, and you're not going to out McGregor. So if you're fighting McGregor, let him be let him
do that.
Be the heel and you be the face. That's your best bet there. You're both in UFC and MMA. You're not going to be more of a heel than McGregor is. Let that go, and then the best way to build your career, if this is all this is about, I have no idea.
Well, McGregor's response to what happened shows you he doesn't care about this stuff. This wasn't personal. That guy jumped into the ring and he said, I don't care about that. He wanted the rematch. He doesn't care about this. He's not pressing charges. He could. By the law, he has the right to, but he doesn't want that because he knows, it seems like McGregor understands, okay, this guy's upset, emotions. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so I wanted to touch base with you on that. I thought it was just a big event. Not boxing, but technically a little bit of boxing is in there. So thanks for watching. We love you, and stick with us.